Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to 102.7 Chop FM. We are the Nerds of the North, and it's time to start our show.
Indeed.
Sorry we had a little bit of a hiatus off last week. Summertime plans and everything happens.
Yes.
But it's time for the next school year to be starting up, which means you can expect us every week like clockwork, 8:30 to 9:30. We're doing a little bit of an early show for you today because, well, what's happening this weekend? Fan Expo Canada.
Yes.
As always, I am DJ Padawan.
And I am DJ Bodobo.
Now, before we get into the meat of just what's going on this weekend, let's start you off with some entertainment news. And before we move into entertainment news, how about we listen to what we just... the songs that we just played.
Don't get ahead of yourself now.
I'm getting ahead of myself. I've had a week off, my tongue's getting twisted.
Take her easy.
So we started you off there with Rock and Roll All Night from Kiss. And finishing up there was Nightwish, Wish I Had an Angel.
Indeed.
Kind of a different set of songs to play back to each other.
I'd say so. I don't know what you were thinking.
I'm thinking that I am a nerd and I'm playing the music that I like.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So now we're going to move over into entertainment news. Steve Carell is to headline an Acme-focused Looney Tunes movie.
What?
Let me say that again, since apparently Bodobo can't hear this.
Wait, wasn't he in the new Muppet movies?
I believe he was for a short stint.
Just for a short, yeah. Everybody was in that movie.
Yeah.
Let's get real, but...
This film is set to take place inside an Acme warehouse and is set to focus on the behind-the-scenes workings of the famous company. I'm hoping for a scene where Wile E. Coyote calls the call center to say that their rocket didn't
You're talking
work.
like a Space Jam type of movie?
It's going to be
live action
and CGI.
I'm liking that. Steve Carell, I think, could pull it off.
I think he could really pull it off.
He's, I guess, kind of the new Jim Carrey-ish.
But yeah, you always see Wile E. Coyote ordering out of the Acme catalog, and nothing really works as it's stated.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see a call center, or have Wile E. Coyote come in and try and buy something.
I think that has pretty good potential.
How much you want to make a bet that the Acme factory is all run by the Roadrunner? And that's why Wile E. can't get anything to work.
I could see that.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
Speculation from years.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. Guardians of the Galaxy news. That film has crossed the $500 million worldwide limit right now, and it is still to open in Germany, Italy, Japan, and China. Those are some major population areas for a comic book movie to not be out in yet.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
It is also Marvel's 10th straight #1 opening film. Even the soundtrack spent 2 weeks at #1 on Billboard's Top 200 chart.
That's the thing. These movies, I could see it. It's going to keep going. Every Marvel movie that's going to come out, it's going to keep...
Marvel has just proven that they know how to make a comic book movie, and DC doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
I feel bad for DC, but I don't know. Like it's
they need to stop trying to A, be so different, and B, come up with stories that actually make sense.
Yeah.
A lot of people like Man of Steel. I was not one of them. But DC's had a rough run with trying to do comic book movies. So either just the DC material isn't working out properly, or it's something to go on in the studios. And the best thing that DC's had running is Batman.
Yeah.
So far.
Well, okay, I was just going to say, because The Dark Knight wasn't labeled at all under that franchise, was it?
It was, but it was... it was hidden. It wasn't majorly broadcast as DC.
True. I guess so. That makes sense.
Who knows? Alright, moving on here, we have Ridley Scott has been talking about the sequels to both Prometheus and Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Now, Ridley Scott has a lot of work on his plate right now. I think he's got 3 separate films that are either in post-production or production currently. And...
I actually sat down recently and tried to watch Blade Runner.
Oh,
I know you've recommended it to me a few times.
And how well did you do with Blade Runner your first time?
It's going to take another few goes to get it all because, I don't know, it was hard for me to
Did you watch it all the way through?
No, I like not sitting there paying attention to it the
Okay.
whole time. No, I was in and out kind of thing.
All right.
So I got bits and pieces of it, but I don't know, man. It seemed weird to me. I don't know.
It's interesting. The script for Blade Runner is written, and censoring his quote here for the radio, it is quite good. He says something different.
Yes.
We will see a return of Harrison Ford as a survivor over the past few years. So who knows?
Maybe
that could play into the fan theories of just, is Deckard a replicant or not?
We'll see.
Prometheus 2 is scheduled for a March 4th, 2016 release. Scripts are written for it, and as I said earlier, he just has a lot of stuff on his plate right now, so...
See, I don't know. I hope the second Prometheus kind of...
We can get close. I didn't have too much of a problem with it.
Neither did I,
because
really.
as soon as I heard what planet they were going to,
yeah,
I was able to go, okay,
well,
let that continuity slide.
This might kind of round it all up kind of thing. Like, it'll make the first one make more sense.
Who knows? Maybe they'll land on LV-426 and cause the entire problem there.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. I want to see them do something awesome with that.
Yes. Okay, James Bond, the 24th film in the James Bond franchise, is currently looking for its iconic henchman with a casting call. They're looking for someone to play an assassin, very physically fit, over 6 feet 2 inches tall. And this is information from the casting sheet. The goal is to find the next Jaws or Odd Job.
Really?
Well, because those are some really iconic henchmen. They weren't the villains.
Yeah.
But you recognize Odd Job, the man who threw the hat.
Okay.
And Jaws, with literally the steel jaws that will bite through anything. So I'm hoping they can find a good one. He is going to have several fight scenes with Daniel Craig, including a driving scene. So
that's pretty good.
It's a pretty high-end role for whoever gets the choice.
Yeah. Huh.
David Yates is returning to the world of Harry Potter as the director for Fantastical Beasts and Where to Find Them.
That's good to hear. I like that just because it'll
tie it all together.
The feel of it is going to be the same.
Yeah.
And you know they're going to put little either Easter eggs or...
there's going to be something.
Just something there, right?
More than likely, you'll see them walking through the zoo, and you'll see school uniforms or something on a field trip or something.
Yeah, something like that.
As I said there, he will be returning as the director for the November 18th, 2016 release. The first in a planned trilogy. Now, when I'm saying that David Yates is returning to the Harry Potter franchise, he was the director for Prisoner of Azkaban, Half-Blood Prince, and Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2.
And you know when the commercials come out for this, that's going to be the headline of the commercial.
Yes.
From the director of.
From the director of.
Yeah, so that'll be the headline right there.
Yeah. James Cameron believes in the Avatar stories more and more each day. Now, the scripts for these are written.
Yeah.
And they're just working out how to get them produced and set out into theaters. Now, we do have 2 years until we see the first one. And honestly, James Cameron is a legendary director. I'm pretty sure he can pull this off again. He can make the lightning strike twice. Because Avatar is still the top grossing film of all time.
Yeah.
With a total of $2.78 billion.
That was with a lot of marketing, though. Like, I remember, I didn't even...
It was strange, the marketing, but a lot of what happened with that movie
was
the word of mouth from the 3D.
Yeah.
Because holy crap, did you see some 3D?
I never even ended up seeing it in theaters at the time, but that was the one thing from just people around school and stuff like that. Like, you just heard about it. It's like, oh, you gotta go see that.
You've heard Remy talk about how much he doesn't like 3D, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He liked this. Yeah. He and I went and saw it in Aurora.
Yeah, that was, I guess it was like the first major movie that had...
I actually had vertigo sitting in the seat. Like when he leans over the side of the tree and looks down, I had to grab onto the handrails of my seat because I am like, don't look down, please.
That's awesome.
Just the depth of field that you got, you really felt like you were standing there. Like that screen wasn't a screen; it was a window.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was quite an intense experience. The first draft of Star Trek 3 is complete.
I actually sat down and watched the first two recently.
Ah, okay,
good. The new ones, of course.
Good. You should watch the original first.
I've watched them. I've watched the newer ones before.
Technically, you need to watch. You can kind of skip the slow motion picture, but you definitely have to see the trilogy.
I know. I'm getting there.
Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, and Voyage Home.
I was pretty close to getting those recently.
Well, I have them anytime you want to borrow. Watch them. They're worth it. Anyways, Star Trek 3 script, the first draft is complete. No time frame yet as on to when this film is going to be expected into theaters. Sources are still saying that they're aiming for the 50th anniversary.
Yep.
Which is fantastic marketing sense to get it there on time. But, I hope it pulls off. Now, month after next, I'm forgetting we're only on the cusp of September right now.
Yeah.
October will mark the 10th anniversary of a franchise. The 10th anniversary of the Saw franchise.
Oh.
In honor of this, Saw 1 will be returning to theaters for Halloween, 1 week only, starting on Thursday, October 30th.
Have they released the Blu-rays for that yet? Have they started?
Yeah. Oh. I'm pretty sure
they got
the Saws out.
If they were to do like a massive set or like something like that, but yeah, in theaters, that's pretty intense. Because I remember the first one, anyways, like that, like I don't know, that was a pretty classic.
The first one was good. I loved the fact that, well, no, you know what? It's been 10 years. Forget spoilers. I love the fact that the guy just gets up off the floor at the very end.
Spoilers? No.
Hey, I said the guy. I didn't say
I
who.
know. Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Okay, moving on for theater and Blu-ray releases. Coming out this week, we have As Above, So Below, a psychological thriller set in Paris. Well, beneath Paris, actually. And, yeah, Paris has a very, very deep catacomb system below it.
Yeah.
Kind of looks interesting, if you're into the psychological thriller. And we also have November Man, a cat and mouse spy thriller starring Pierce Brosnan. He's a really good action star.
Yeah.
Do you know actually Pierce Brosnan was auditioning for the role of Batman back when Tim Burton did the first one?
Really?
But he either he said he didn't understand the character or didn't like how it was going at the time. Something about the project he didn't like, so he passed on it and it went to Michael Keaton.
Huh.
And I think he's been regretting it.
Probably, I would have to imagine.
No, not 100%. I'm not Pierce Brosnan. I can't say for sure, but I heard that story and I'm like,
probably wouldn't admit it, maybe, but like come on, who wouldn't? Looking back,
well, that's like Will Smith turned down The Matrix
but
Wild Wild West.
Still, though, like that one, it's Will Smith.
He turned down the role of Neo
for
Wild Wild West.
What is Pierce Brosnan like? Pierce Brosnan has his stuff that he's known for. Yeah, I know.
The 4 James Bond films, the Thomas Crown Affair, Mars Attacks.
Yeah,
but everybody's in Mars Attacks.
Will Smith has I'd say a bigger list of known titles, even though he is younger.
It starts with the TV show.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Everything since the TV show, like everybody knows about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
For Blu-ray releases, last weekend, this week, I've kind of compiled a list together here. We have Amazing Spider-Man 2, The Flintstones, Once Upon a Time Season 3, Revolution, the complete second season, Legends of Oz, Dorothy's Return, That got a fast release. That was a May movie.
There's been a few that got really quick.
And Walking Dead Season 4.
The one that got quick release, Neighbors. It's not like, I don't even think it's been officially released yet, but it's out on digital outlets.
So we're looking at another 2 weeks until it comes out.
Yeah, this one actually was a month. For some reason, you could buy it a month ahead of retail.
Must have not done that well in theaters, so they're trying to make up the money.
I went and seen it at the drive-in halfway through the summer. So, it didn't take very long, so I don't know.
No, not really. Okay, so we're going to take a quick musical break here on 102.7 Chop FM. And before we get back to Fan Expo news, going to leave you with 2 songs from a group that are actually showing up at Fan Expo. 2 of their voice stars for the show Ruby, RWBY, are going to be coming to Fan Expo, and this is a show put on by Rooster Teeth.
Yep.
The people responsible for the fantastic Mishimina series, Red vs. Blue. And the first time I went to Fan Expo, I ran into the Red vs. Blue guys. And I managed to get seasons 1 through 5 autographed.
That's pretty cool.
Try and get the rest of them.
Yeah, I'm looking to get some autographs. Hopefully, if the lines aren't as big as
We'll see. That's why we're going all 4 days, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so heading on into the music, here is the opening theme song, This Will Be the Day, from Ruby. And we're back. Welcome back to 102.7 Chop FM with the Nerds of the North show. Sorry for a little bit of technical difficulty we had there, but we got the songs to play.
Indeed.
So the first one there was the theme song to Rooster Teeth's Ruby, This Will Be the Day, followed by Red Like Roses Part 2, both of them featuring the vocal stylings of Casey Lee Williams. Those are 2 really good songs for a cartoon show.
It kind of reminded me of, I actually watched Scott Pilgrim recently. It kind of seemed
It
fitting.
does sound almost like Sex Bomb.
Yeah, it seems fitting, that kind of style. I don't know, it sounds pretty good.
Okay, so we're going to move on. We have one quick story here before we move into Fan Expo news. And this comes from a Kickstarter project, one that I was just recently informed of. Actually informed of it while it had 10 hours left to go.
Yeah.
Star Trek Axanar. This series, just wow. The Kickstarter video was a 22-minute long featurette done in a documentary style. So if you've ever seen like the Discovery Channel documentaries of like Mayday, or something like that, where you see action and then you see somebody sitting in a chair talking and they cut back and forth between the 2 of them, that's what this was done for. And it focuses on what's known as the 4-year war between the Federation and the Klingon Empire. It's right after the Federation dealt with the Romulan Empire, and the Klingons decided, no, we're not putting up with this. We're going to take them.
Huh.
And they actually did quite a decent job of it, because the Starfleet was losing ships, like you wouldn't believe. So they developed the very first Federation warship, known as the Ares class, and the Klingons were not expecting this. Not at all. And they were put in their place. So it became an arms race between the Klingon Empire and the Federation. And the entire Kickstarter project is for a feature-length film which is going to focus on the Battle of Axanar, which is where the Klingons' new war cruiser, known as the D7, comes into play, because they've learned that not only is Axanar a planet that allows them to strike all of the major Federation territories, but the planet itself is home to the secret space dock where the Federation is building their next warship. And as the camera pans around, you actually see the warship's insignia. NCC 1701. It is where the Enterprise is being built, the first ever Constitution class.
It's funny because I think they did something similar with the Star Trek Online game. It was something similar, like you could find the Enterprise somewhere. But
this was hilarious. Like the actors that they have in it A lot of them have been in Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
A lot of them have been in Star Trek Enterprise. Garrett Wang is going to be returning as one of the Klingon commanders.
Yep.
He was Ensign Harry Kim on Voyager. He saw the project and went, yes, please, I want to be involved. No, they showed that trailer at San Diego Comic-Con when they launched the Kickstarter. They were going to do the Kickstarter in multiple stages because they didn't think that they're going to be able to kickstart all at once the cost for this film. So they put their goal at $100,000 just to get pre-production ready, get sets and everything set up.
Yeah.
It ended at $638,471.
See what?
It was the most popular thing on Kickstarter while it was out. Could possibly be due to George Takei
What was the goal?
tweeting it.
What was the goal again? Yeah.
100,000
Okay.
for the first part. So they've got almost enough. Like they said, they can do the full feature for about 750,000. So they got really close. And a lot of the Kickstarter perks and everything.
Yeah.
Depending on your dollar amount that you could put in, you could be a casualty, and your face would show up on screen under a list of casualties. You could be an extra. You could be a producer.
That's what I love about all those Kickstarters.
And it's not cheesy animation or anything. That 20-minute video, it's still up. Watch it. Oh my god, that was an amazing piece to watch. I got so upset that it ended. And like one of the actors in it, Tony Todd, the Candyman.
Okay. Yeah.
He is playing the main commander of Starfleet. I'm like, huh. All right. It works for me. Okay, now moving on to Fan Expo. Now, Fan Expo will be this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Metro Toronto Convention Centre in Toronto.
I got my tickets.
I got mine as well. I got to pick mine up tomorrow, so yes, you have your ticket in your hand. I am jealous. I didn't order mine in time to get it shipped.
My fancy premium tickets.
Yes. Now, tickets are still available. You can buy them at the box office.
Yes.
So there are no more advanced orders, but you can get all your tickets at the box office. This is taking up both the north and the south buildings of the convention center. I've never been to a Fan Expo this big.
Yeah, and luckily there is no sports section this year. They have
We
a
are
smaller...
talking 2 sales floors.
Yeah, it is smaller technically than last year, I guess, people-wise, or like guest-wise.
Potentially, yeah.
But floor size-wise, it's...
Floor size is huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Massive.
Now, as you said with guests, there have been a few unfortunate incidences of guests having to cancel at the last minute.
Yep.
I know Chandler Riggs isn't going to be there, but he's been canceled for a little while.
Yep.
And most recently, in a tweet, Jason David Frank has mentioned that due to unforeseen travel issues, he is unable to make it to the convention. He does apologize, and everybody who's purchased photo ops and everything with him, refunds are on their way out.
Yep.
And he is going to continue trying. He's not going to stop until he gets in to see his Canadian fans. And for those of you out there who don't know or are unaware, Jason David Frank is Tommy, the Green Ranger in Power Rangers. He's also the White Ranger. Some new additions have been added as well. We have the voice actors of Jake the Dog and Princess Bubblegum will be attending.
I've seen those.
Gee, can you guess the name of this show out there in Radioland?
I wonder. I actually had to look the voice actor for Princess Bubblegum to see what else she's done. She's actually done quite a bit of stuff. But yeah, I guess that's our most notable one at the moment.
Well, yeah, Adventure Time is huge.
Yeah.
So you got 2 people showing up there. That's going to be great. As we'd mentioned earlier before our musical break there, we have 2 of the voice actresses from Ruby showing up.
Yep.
That's going to be cool. I want to see the person, like if it's, I don't remember exactly which characters are showing up, but it'd be interesting to match person to voice.
Yeah.
Because, with voice actors, that's always hilarious. Like seeing Nancy Cartwright put on Bart Simpson's voice. You're just like, okay, that was unexpected.
Yeah.
Floor plans and schedules for Fan Expo Canada are up and available on the website, including a guidebook
Yes.
that you can download and be able to plan yourself around the convention.
Yeah, I'll be...
And plan, because you're gonna need it.
Yeah. There's definitely stuff that I want to go to.
The good thing about the guidebook is they actually tell you how long each event is running for.
Yeah.
Mostly everything's an hour. In hour-long bursts. So that's going to be quite the experience. And we also have the Stars of Murdoch Mysteries in attendance. They'll be showing up on Saturday only. Kind of fitting for a show that, is filmed in Toronto.
Yeah, I would. You gotta have them there. They were there. I know they were all there last year. So makes
Now,
sense.
this is a major weekend for conventions.
Yeah,
Like we have
all over the
PAX
Yeah.
starting this weekend. Dragon Con starts this weekend.
Yep.
And Fan Expo Canada. 3 of the biggest names. I'm not saying the absolute biggest, because that happens in the summer. That's San Diego Comic-Con. Let's face it. San Diego Comic-Con is huge. It takes over the city.
Yeah.
So it'll be quite the interesting experience. There's going to be a whole ton of cosplay going on, which we ourselves will be participating in. Nerds of the North will
I don't
be
know
there.
about me.
You're gonna try. You're gonna try.
I'll be dressed out in geek attire.
Yeah, you're gonna get your geek out, your nerd out.
Yeah.
However, if you see someone walking around there in a costume that looks like the cartoon Shredder, yes, the costume will be made out of cardboard and duct tape. Congratulations, you have just found one of the Nerds of the North.
Yes, congratulations. You found Cardboard Shredder.
Oh, be quiet. I wore this costume down to Niagara Falls Comic Con, and I got
It does look... It looks
stopped,
really
like,
good for duct tape and cardboard.
100+ times. When the creator of the co-creator of the Ninja Turtles looks at you and goes, "Well done."
Yeah.
And his wife specifically says, I gotta get a picture of that.
Yeah, but
that's good.
How do you know that was a good thing though? It's like, oh my god, I need a picture of duct tape shredder. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a duct tape shredder before.
There's everything duct tape. You can do it all with duct tape.
Only in Canada. Only where
Of course, and I have learned it from Red Green himself.
Only where Red Green calls it his home.
If Red Green can make a goose fly out of duct tape, I can make a costume out of duct tape.
So good.
Do we have any more Expo news?
There's a lot of stuff, but no, not. We'll go over a lot of stuff when we get back from the expo.
Yeah, we are going to be taking a lot of notes, a lot of photographs.
We'll try and cover as much as we possibly can.
We'll get you all covered up when we return. But before we get on to our video game news, it's time for another musical break.
Oh boy.
Yes.
And this one's gonna.
For those of you first tuning into our show, this is our mid-roll break, which we call the nostalgic break. And you will see why when you hear the songs.
Yes.
So, we're going to take a musical break here for 102.7 Shop FM with Nerds of the North. Here is, from Beauty and the Beast, Gaston.
Welcome back to 102.7 Shop FM. That was our nostalgic break. We started you off with, from the Beauty and the Beast, Gaston. Good song. We haven't played that one yet here.
No, that was a new one for us.
And
it worked!
And it worked, yay! Secondly there was Let It Go from Frozen. And then lastly there we had Chippendale's Rescue Rangers theme song.
Yes.
A bunch of earworms for you there. That's why it's the nostalgic break. We always got to get you going. We're going to start off with some video game news. August 26th, Dark Souls 2 got some new DLC called The Crown of the Iron King. That's out for the PS3, the 360, and the PC. That features 3 new, I believe, single-player chapters for the game. I've yet to play Dark Souls 2, so I don't know. Also on the 26th was Madden NFL 15 that is now out. For the people who had EA Access, this was a big issue, I know, leading up to this release. For those of you who buy EA Access, it's called something else as well, the Season Pass.
Yes.
I don't know why it's called two different things now, because I have the Season Pass. Mine expires really soon. I was hoping that it expires after NHL 15 comes out so I can play it ahead of time, right? But anyways, Madden NFL 15, you're supposed to get 3 days early access to certain games when you buy this EA Access or Season Pass. For this year, for whatever reason, they restricted the gameplay to NFL 15 to, I believe it was, I think it was like 4 hours or 6 hours or something like that. I think it was 6 hours, which I don't know. It's reasonable, I guess, but like if you're paying for what
6 hours, you've just figured out the control systems and everything.
Yeah, so like you would think, oh, like if I knew NHL was coming out and I knew I had early access to the game, I would probably book off time off of work or like something, or like plan out time to sit down and play that game for as much of that time as I could. And then
not play a demo.
Yeah, not play a demo of the game and then just it go away and you have to wait till the full game is released. What are you paying the extra $20 for? Yeah, I don't know. I find that really disappointing. I'm sure it'll be the same thing for the NHL one, but thankfully, or at least for the full game access, because thankfully the NHL demo came out yesterday. I actually got a chance to play a little bit before that, before we came over here actually. The demo is actually it gives you 3 periods, but each period is 2 minutes each. The game starts off at 0-0. You can mess around with a little bit of the settings here and there.
Okay.
And then it comes with a practice mode. And then also on the screen it gives you the option to buy the full game. I don't know if that brings you to a digital purchase page or what have you. I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And NHL also revealed the game modes for this year. And there's a little bit of disappointment for the next gen users, or the current gen users, sorry. Xbox One and the PS4 will not be getting EA Sports Hockey League. That is a big disappointment. That is a big feature.
Is it a programming issue or something?
It was probably just time. It was probably just time on getting it all to work together and like testing it all out. Because when you think about it, they had to develop and test a game for 2 different consoles. It's basically 2 different games almost. I'm sure like the 360 version probably doesn't run nearly the same as the Xbox One version. I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah.
But the Xbox, and then also on the new version on the Xbox One, online team play is going to have to be added in after the fact with a content update or DLC. Yes. So online team play won't even be available off the start on the Xbox One or the PS4. So yeah, but on the 360 and the PS3, everything's pretty much stays unchanged. Everything that you would expect is pretty much still intact. Yeah, the demo is now available if you want to check that out. NHL 15, go download it now.
Sweet.
Another odd story that I thought fit into us talking about the Wii U earlier on. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare is not going to be coming to the Wii U.
What a surprise.
Well, after the last 2 Call of Duties made an appearance on the Wii U.
Now, is it not coming at launch or is it not coming period?
At this point, not coming period. And this is apparently an Activision choice. So I don't know. I would imagine the sales on those games on the Wii U probably aren't like amazing at all. Like I'm kind of against it being on that platform. Like, yeah, I understand it's not just a children platform kind of thing, but like if you're gonna play first-person shooter, get a PC, get a console, or get
everybody who has a Wii U probably has.
Yeah. So like
one of the other consoles.
You don't want to play Call of Duty on the Wii U. Not happening.
if for just for the simple fact that the Wii U doesn't play Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will have a system that plays Blu-ray.
A lot of games are getting up to the point where they are getting massive in content alone, so that could be a factor, who knows. Another big story that came out last week that I wanted to talk about, Minecraft on the consoles. This was due out this month. It was supposed to come out. Minecraft on the PS4 apparently failed final testing with Sony, but obviously this has delayed the game on pretty much just everywhere, because there's bugs in all versions of the game apparently. But yeah, 4J Studios are working on a fix. No word on, like, I highly doubt they're gonna make what the release window was supposed to be, but yeah, on the Xbox One, the PlayStation Vita, and the PlayStation 4, Minecraft is probably going to be delayed for a little while.
That game would work pretty well on a Vita.
Yeah. I could see maybe them splitting up release now, because I know people complain about Microsoft's testing takes longer than Sony's testing when developers give them a final product to test before they put it on the marketplace. So I don't know. I could see it being on Sony's marketplace before the Xbox, realistically, but who knows?
All right.
The Behemoth. You may recognize that name. It's
I know it's a roller coaster at Wonderland.
No, it's a developer. It's a video game developer.
Okay.
Behind the games, Castle Crashers, Alien Hominid, Battle Black Theater. They have announced a new game. It is their 4th title. And guess what it's called at this point, anyways? It is called Game 4. Very... their 4th IP, let's call it Game 4.
Somebody didn't use a thesaurus.
Yeah, but at this point it is in early stages. I don't know if that is still like a testing name, or I don't know. But anyways, they've released a small teaser. It shows off similar art styles from games that you love, like Castle Crashers. Apparently it's going to be playable at PAX Prime Seattle, which kicks off August 29th.
Yeah, Friday.
Yes.
Kicks off Friday.
And Behemoth in Behemoth style, I would imagine this would come out on the Xbox before PlayStation. All previous Behemoth games have come out on the Xbox beforehand, but they have all made their way to the PlayStation and PC.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Another game I've been playing recently, the beta just opened up again for The Crew. I really wanted to mention this last week, sorry, because if you were to purchase The Crew on Steam before August 25th, if you're lucky, they might have let it slip till now, I'm not too sure.
Okay.
But if you were to purchase The Crew before August 25th, you would get a free upgrade to the limited edition. Plus you would get guaranteed access to the beta, which runs from the 25th to the 29th. And then, anyways, you can still pre-purchase The Crew for $59.99 or the Gold Edition for $84.99. I've been playing the beta. I had access from when I guess, had the code from the first beta, because I just loaded it up and it let me right in. Good news, I actually tested out my Fanatec, or Fanatic, or however you want to say it, Porsche steering wheel. If anybody's wondering if steering wheels are going to work with The Crew, mine seems to work. Obviously you have to map out the keys just a little bit, but my clutch pedal, all 6 gears on my gear shifter and the reverse, everything's working. It even has like ignition and stuff like that, controls that certain other racing games probably don't have. I think this game has pretty good potential for a driving game. I really don't like the arcade feel to the storyline races, but for a game to jump online with friends, free roam a massive map, and maybe just kind of rig up your own racetrack and like race around and stuff, it seems like it has pretty good potential. But yeah, The Crew, really pumped for that one. Another game, another driving game that's coming out. Hopefully more details will come out soon, but this is probably the best way to announce a game. I know it's been kind of done in the past. Codemasters, and I know they're only known for a couple racing games. One of the Codemasters developers went to Twitter and tweeted the number 4, and that was it on this first tweet. And then the second tweet read, "Oops, sorry, finger slipped." And that could realistically only mean one thing, that Dirt 4 is coming, I would imagine, to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, being that when this is going to be announced. I would imagine an official announcement is probably going to be at PAX or sometime in the next few weeks. But yeah, I'm really excited for that. The original, or the Dirt 3 came back way back in 2011, so we are long overdue for another Dirt game. Another Kickstarter story here for you. Wasteland 2, a game I've mentioned a few times, started on Kickstarter. It is a turn-based RPG. A lot of people wanted a sequel, so they made it happen on Kickstarter. It is finally getting an official release date, September 19th. On Steam, Wasteland 2 will be available. Technically, you can already pick it up on early access. And I'm pretty sure it might even be at a discounted price if you do that. So yeah, if you're interested in turn-based RPGs, I highly recommend that one out. It looked pretty interesting to me. This has actually been extended. I wasn't too sure if I should mention this. Grand Theft Auto 5 Flight School update released last week. It is a free update that brought 4 new vehicles, one of which was a 16-passenger jet. Also, it came with an unarmed, really quick small jet, and then a 4-seater helicopter, and then the classic Corvette ripoff. So
a 16-seater jet.
Yeah, so you could go online.
Otherwise known as a Cessna.
Well, no. It's
not a Cessna?
It's a big passenger jet that has the ability to get 16 people on Grand Theft Auto Online into it. It's currently, that would be the biggest vehicle in the game.
Okay.
I know it's hard to explain that way. I knew you were gonna get that confused.
I don't play GTA.
I know.
I don't play GTA.
I know.
I've made it up until the point where Trevor shows up, and then someone else took over my game. The story, honestly, in my opinion, wasn't. I don't know. It was meh, but it was still worth a play. All right, let's take a musical break. Time for a musical break?
Yes.
Okay, what do we got coming up on this musical break?
All right, on this musical break, another artist that is going to be appearing at Fan Expo.
Yeah, with 2 private shows.
Yeah, 2 private shows. The first one sold out so quick, they added another one. Lights, this is her new single, Up We Go, off her new album, releasing on September 23rd. It is available on pre-order on iTunes. Little Machines. This is Up We Go from Lights. And welcome back to 102.7 Chop FM. We are Nerds of the North.
Yes, we are.
Took a little break there. That was Up We Go from Lights and Beating Heart by Ellie Goulding.
Had to take a musical break. We're on a long-running show here, and
oh yeah, it's extra long tonight, man.
It's convention show.
Yeah, next week is probably going to be even longer. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, next week's going to be a big one, folks.
Depending on how much stuff we can remember and jot down. Unless it's all just a big blur. But yeah, I'm going to continue on with video game news here. I got a couple more things to talk about.
Alrighty.
I wasn't sure if I should mention this, but there's been a couple of things that have in this subject, so I gotta do it. Robin Williams. There's been a couple of petitions online to honor Robin Williams in. One was The Legend of Zelda. People started a petition pretty quick. I don't know. I could see this. I don't know, wanting this, but like right away kind of thing. Like I don't know. Like I'd let it ease a little bit, let it chill, Nintendo will find their way to honor Mr. Williams, I'm sure.
Nintendo won't rush this.
No, because they've even come out and said, they've asked for their privacy. Like, we totally respect that. Like,
Good.
they've come out. What they said was perfect. It was good. But yeah,
I'm glad to see that there's at least some people out there giving this family the respect that they need.
Yeah,
and they deserve.
So the petition itself, I guess, was either asking for them to make an NPC or something to honor Robin Williams in the game. They had 113,000 signatures when I looked at it last week, and they needed 36,000, what they were asking for, I guess, in total, to do that. I would imagine it's probably reached that by now. And then another one, people were asking, and I'm pretty sure this one's happening, they've confirmed it on Twitter, at least one of the game developers for World of Warcraft has confirmed that Robin Williams is going to be getting an NPC or something of his likeness in the game. I'm pretty sure Robin Williams himself actually played World of Warcraft. He was a fan of the game. Whether they will put his actual NPC in there or something like that, I don't know. I think it's cool. I don't think it's not in any disrespect. I don't think, like, some people may look at it.
I'd like to see a tribute done in the way that the Jurassic World people have honored Lord Richard Attenborough.
Okay, what would they do?
In Jurassic World, there is a bronze statue of Hammond. I'm thinking there should be a statue of, if Robin Williams did play World of Warcraft, immortalize his avatar as a statue.
Yeah. Well,
that's a fitting remembrance.
Yeah, I could see that. A couple of news stories that I jotted down from today.
Okay.
Over the last week or two, both Xbox Live and PlayStation Network have been having some issues.
Oh yes, denial of service attacks or something?
Yes. Apparently PSN was getting DDoSed.
I noticed because I tried to enter my codes for Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, and I couldn't get in.
Apparently, as of right now, it is all back up and running, back in normal. There was just some difficulties there. I guess somebody was taking it out on Sony. And then Live was having its own issues. Whole bunch of stuff from marketplace to connecting to parties and all that, all over the place. But I'm pretty sure as of now, again, this has all been addressed. I just find it weird how both of them happened to go down at the same time. It was kind of weird. Some other big news that Microsoft has announced this week: a standalone Kinect is now coming out. This will be coming out on October 7th for $150. And it'll be bundled with the new Dance Central Spotlight, which is coming out within the next 2 weeks, I believe. Reasonably priced, pretty much the same price as the original Kinect was when it came out.
Okay.
And then I know they are going to be releasing this for PC as well, I would imagine, somewhere down the line. I don't know, like, the amount of people that are going to want to connect after they buy their $399 system, I don't know.
I'm happy with my PlayStation Eye.
I don't know, man.
I don't need a Kinect.
Some more news. Forza Horizon 2 demo is going to be coming September 16th, so you will not have to wait too long. Hopefully I get a chance to play it at Fan Expo.
It's playable in the EB Gamer Zone.
Hopefully. And I actually... when I was on the Xbox One dashboard, they actually have a Fan Expo advertisement there for the EB Gamer Zone.
That's the reason why there's two sales floors, because gaming, like, I was at Fan Expo the first year gaming arrived.
Yep.
And it changed the con.
Yeah, I would imagine.
A lot of, it's unfortunate, like, a lot of the anime fans now no longer go to Fan Expo.
Yeah.
Because anime has been reduced. They go to Anime North and Anime Revolution.
Yeah.
So...
That's crazy.
But, you know, it makes sense for a convention. Bring in where the draw is.
Yep.
And you're never going to take down a sci-fi nerd.
Another massive story from this week. Twitch, which was rumored to be acquired by Google.
Yeah.
It was almost apparently in final stages. But last minute, Amazon has acquired Twitch for $970 million.
Yeah, Google backed out of the deal.
Yeah, Google backed out.
Due to, I forget what the exact term is, but it happened a few years ago back when one of the long-distance companies tried to acquire another one.
Yeah.
And they had the exact same thing.
Yeah, I actually think I remember that story.
It's some rule about creating, like stopping creations of monopolies or something.
Yep. It's something to do with monopolies and competition and craziness.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Twitch. The CEO has come out and said like basically it's going to stay unchanged for now, but it's going to be really interesting to see what effect this will have. Because honestly, right as of now, like
a lot of people weren't happy.
Well, that's the thing. There's going to be Twitch is going to lose some broadcasters, I would imagine, no matter what. And I don't know.
They still got me because I've been streaming my Diablo 3. So.
Twitch has no like major competition, like major second name competition. Like there's a few streaming sites out there that you can go to, but there's no big name really. Yeah. It's gone. Like Twitch is on the console. They already have that locked down. Console streaming already there.
Yeah.
PC, it's already been there for years and years. Like that's just how it is. The community, obviously, everybody. I don't know. I'm surprised how many people actually go to the website just to watch other people's channels. Like I don't know. I didn't think it was actually that big. Like
I had somebody watching me for over 3 hours run through Act 1 of Diablo 3 on hardcore.
Yeah. I don't know.
They watched me take down the Skeleton King.
I find that pretty nuts. And the amount of people that make money, like get donations, stuff like that, just from broadcasting on Twitch. I don't know. I find that pretty intense. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Amazon does with it.
It's a digital era. We're going a digital era. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Another thing I just wanted to mention here, the Legend of Korra game, which was announced a while ago. It is being done by Activision. It is basically, I guess, like a Legend of Korra hack and slash kind of combat.
Apparently the show's ended now, eh? They had their finale.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I couldn't get into Legend of Korra.
I don't know, I liked it. I still got to finish it.
I liked Avatar.
I don't know. I had nothing against Korra. It's just I kind of stopped. I don't know. Kind of wound off of it.
It wasn't Initial D.
Yeah, exactly.
Precisely. It wasn't Initial D.
But yeah, the Legend of Korra game is going to be coming out October 21st on the PlayStation Network and PC, and then followed the next day on Xbox.
Fantastic.
Yes. And that is just about all the news that I have written down.
Okay, so this is going to be it for us tonight for Nerds of the North.
Very long show.
Be sure to tune in to us next week.
Yes.
We'll be starting 8:30.
Yes.
And next week we will be covering our experiences at Fan Expo. For those of you who might not have been able to make it to the con, for those of you who haven't been to a major convention before, tune in, get the download, and hear a bunch of fantastic music. And to finish off with some fantastic music, we're going to leave you with a song by Lindsey Sterling. This is Master of Tides.